Hello, and welcome. The book I'm speaking of is called Gehenna, the Final Night. The plot revolves around a vampire historian/archaeologist named Beckett and his extremely old newfound friend Capanius unintentionally and unknowingly starting the apocalypse by waking an ancient vampire. A plague known as the Withering, that slowly destroys a vampire's powers, sprouts up in all vampires, and Beckett is tasked with discovering the source. Beckett, shortly after, learns 4 things. The only way to stave off the effects of the Withering is to drink another vampire's blood and soul. The largest vampire sect, the Camarilla, has been capturing its own people and using them as a cure. The Tremere clan of vampires destroyed themselves trying to stop the Withering, and it truly is the end of the world that Beckett spent his entire life trying to disprove. Beckett attempts to find someone who knows how to prevent Gehenna in LA, but ends up being hunted by the Camarilla, the local anarchs, and a revolution of weaker vampires known as Thin Bloods, all the while gaining 2 companions. A former friend named Lucita, and a former Camarilla agent, Theo Bell. Beckett then travels to the Middle East, where he confronts the foremost authority on Gehenna. However, she is killed by a man named Samuel, who then disappears. In the process, all of Beckett's companions, except Capanius, are killed. Beckett returns to LA, where he allies with the revolutionaries, kills Samuel, and kills the leader of the Camarilla. Beckett then realizes, with the help of Capanius's wisdom, that truly his only purpose in life is whatever he makes of it. He then decides to catch a glimpse of one last sunrise before taking shelter, as all of vampire kind slowly die off. It is unknown when the myth of vampirism originally came about. However, it is believed to have somewhat originated in ancient Egypt. Despite this, our modern interpretation of vampires probably originated from a common occurrence in European villages in the Dark Ages. Let us consult with our expert on the occult.
Indeed, many early Europeans had a bad habit of blaming things they couldn't explain on vampiric curses.
Say, for instance, a corpse is buried in the winter. Then, not too long afterwards, an epidemic breaks out. The villagers would then check the graves and find a corpse untouched by decomposition or putrefaction. Additionally, the bloating would cause blood to pool around the mouth. The villagers would then use a stake to pin it to the ground by its chest. Then they would put garlic or a brick in its mouth to keep it from chewing through its burial shroud. These rituals, so to speak, inspired Bram Stoker, who wrote the original Dracula, which then inspired most of what we know regarding vampires today. Thank you for your time, and good night.